participants, and welcome to tonight's session. And without delay, I hand over to MOULANA.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا وكريمنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم عليه. ربنا زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير بجاه النبي الكريم عليه أفضل الصلوات والتسليم. الحمد لله. Today, inshallah, as it has been advertised, that we will be discussing about those things which breaks the fast according to the Shafi Madhab. As Alhamdulillah, we in the month of Shaban and we almost about to enter in the month of Ramadan. So it's important for us to know the basics of Deen, those things which are essential for every Muslim to know, especially when it comes to the fasting being one of the pillars of Islam. So it's important for us to be aware as to what breaks the fast and what does not break the fast. And what is the ruling according to the ulama, especially according to the Shafi Madhab. So today I've decided only to talk to regarding the Shafi Madhab, because many a times in our communities we have ulama who will discuss about the aspects of those things which break fast according to the Hanafi Madhab, but we do not get so much information regarding the Shafi'i Madhab. So in front of you is an Arabic document. So I've written some of the translations, so most of you will be able to see the translation which I've written. And after we do the summary, we will go a bit detailed into some of the matters. So if you look at the heading, it is the contemporary things that invalidate the fast according to the Shafi school. So those things which is in today's time what we know, and it was not in the time before, we find that some of these things, according to research and the later ulama of the Shafi Madhab, they have written that some of the things which we are known and was not known before, some of those things, they can break the fast. So if you look in the picture which is in front of you, we find that there is three columns. The first column, it states there what invalidates the fast without disagreement or detail. The second one says what invalidates the fast with disagreement. The last one, what invalidates the fast with detail. So let's start with the first group, which is what breaks the fast, and there's no disagreement amongst the Shafi scholars. So basically, everything what we are talking is only on the Shafi'i madhab. So the first one is the asthma inhaler. So if someone is asthmatic and he needs to use the asthma pump, according to the Shafi'i madhab or the Shafi school of thought, the asthma pump will break the fast. The second one is the cigarette smoking. If someone smokes, according to all the scholars of the Shafi madhab, the fast will break. The third one is the hookah, or what we call the shisha. Uh, Likewise, now in today's times, you have vape, etc. All of this will break the fast. The fourth one, which is mentioned there in the first group, is suppositories. So any suppository, uh, it will break the fast. The next one is enemas, is the insertion of a pipe from the anus, that will automatically break the the fast. Number six, anything that enters the two uh, orifice, which is the front and the back private parts. Anything which enters that, it will break the 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 fast. The third thing is, I'm sorry, the and number seven is the endoscope. which is also known as the gastroscope, where they insert a pipe from the mouth, which goes into your system or into your stomach. So that will also break the fast. The number 8 is anything that enters through the nose and the mouth. So anything which enters through through the nose or the mouth, that will break the fast. And the last one is urinary catheter. So if someone has a urinary catheter, then the fast will break. We will go a bit in detail with all of these. So this is the first group where it is mentioned that it breaks the fast, and there's no disagreement amongst the Shafi scholars. In the second group is where they say the fast breaks, but there is disagreement amongst the Shafi scholars. The first one is the eardrops. So the accepted view according to the Shafi'i Madhab, any eardrop, it will invalidate the fast. And the opposing view, it says it does not invalidate the fast, and this is a strong view. And we will speak a bit in detail when we come to that point. The next thing, which is there's a disagreement amongst the Shafi scholars, is the eye drops. So the first one is the accepted view, it does not invalidate the fast. And then it is mentioned, and some of the Shafi contemporary, meaning the later scholars, the later ulama, they say that it invalidates or it breaks the fast. The third thing, which is disputed amongst the Shafi scholars, is there is a disagreement on the injection. And the stronger view is that it does not break or invalidate the fast. So that is the second group. The first group, there was no disagreement amongst the scholars. The second group, the middle, what you are looking there, there is a disagreement amongst the scholars, and then we will go a bit in detail regarding that. Then we come to the last group, that what invalidates the fast with some detail. So the first thing is anesthesia or anesthetic. According to the scholars, it will break the fast, but we'll go into detail regarding the matter. Then chewing of bubble gum. What is the ruling? It will break the fast is if it mixes with the saliva. As a result, it will go into your system, then it will break the fast. Then the next thing is the tobacco. So I'm actually make a mistake in the English there. It's supposed to be tobacco. So it does not chewing. Chewing supposed to come out there. So it is cut. It is some type of plant and tobacco, or what you can call snuff. If someone uses it, and it is dissolved with your saliva, automatically it will break your fast. The fourth thing which is mentioned there is swimming. If the water reaches the stomach, then your fast will break. The fifth thing is regarding the brushing of the teeth with toothpaste. According to the scholars, it will break the fast if it is mixed with your saliva is mixed with the toothpaste, then it will break the fast. Number 6, it is anything which is in between the teeth. If it's swallowed knowingly, then it will break the fast. Unknowingly, it will not break the fast. So basically, we can just go up on top, Samir. So these are the 3 categories. The first group we mentioned, those things which there's no disagreement amongst the ulama or the Shafi ulama that will break the fast. I mean, all those things which has been mentioned in the first group, it breaks the fast. There's no disagreement. The second group, it is where there is differences amongst the Shafi scholars whether the fast breaks or not. The third group is regarding those things which invalidates the fast, but there's some detail to it. So you can go to the next slide. So the next one is, as I mentioned, about the inhaler. So especially those who have asthma, uh, according to Dr. It's in Arabic, it's mentioned there. According to Dr. Noor, who was the Qadi from the SHAFI Madhab, and he was the Mufti of Jordan. He said, أخذ البخار, that to taking of the inhaler from the way of the nose or the mouth, it breaks the fast. And he says the reason behind this is that there is some medication which is in it, in these inhalers. Its intent is to reach the lungs, which is automatically connected to the stomach. So some particles will definitely go to the stomach. So that is why the fast will break if one uses an inhaler. If you go about down, yes, quite simple. We mentioned about the cigarettes, and we also mentioned about the hookah. It will break the fast. Likewise, today's vape, and that it will also break the fast. Then, as far as the suppository, anything which enters from the front or from the back or from the private parts, it will break the fast according to the Shafi'i madhab. Then we got the gastroscope. As far as the gastroscope is concerned, it will also break the fast as it is entering the mouth. As we mentioned in that first group, in the first page, we mentioned from the first group, anything which enters the mouth and the nose, it will break the fast. The next thing was the enema, which is also, that will also break the fast because it's entering through one of the private parts, especially the anus. Then coming to the urinary catheter, according to the scholars, it will break the fast. According to the Shafi madhab, it will break the fast. But there is one thing which needs to be clear. So, for example, someone might has been admitted in hospital and they have to put a catheter. So the day might he was busy fasting and the doctor decided that he needs to put a catheter. Uh, on that day, as the catheter enters during the day while the person was fasting, then his fast will break. So might the doctor puts the catheter for 5 days. So the day when the catheter is put in, the fast will break. But those days in between, while the person has the catheter and he intends to fast, the fast will not break. But the day when the doctor decides to remove the catheter and it is during the day, then his fast will break. So the next, okay, so when we're talking about anesthetic, so we have two ways as far as anesthetic is administered. So if you look at the red, it is if it is administered by the needle, there's a different ruling, and on the blue it is mentioned if it is administered nasally via the gases. So, for example, they put on your nose a gas which one will inhale, and by that it will break. So we will start off with those things which is administered by the needle. So any anesthetic which is administered by the needle, let's look at the ruling regarding that. So it is now that is also divided into two. If it is localized, meaning if it is in one area, for example, someone had a toothache, he needs to go to the dentist. So since he went to the dentist, so the dentist had put anesthetic to that part of the mouth. So according to the Shafi'i madhab, it will not break. Yes, if the person has been administered by a needle, but it reaches the entire body and it lasts in the entire body for the entire day, then it will definitely break the fast. At the same time, they say at the bottom there, unless one regains consciousness, even for a moment, then the fast is valid. So during the entire day, if one has, it was administered through a needle, the anesthetic was administered through a needle, and it reached the entire body, and it was lasted for the entire day, then the fast will break. But if there's a point in time during the day, the person gains his consciousness, then the fast will still be valid. So then we go to the other side, which is if it is administered nasally via gases. So if one is in the theater and he has been administered with anesthetic through via the gas, so there's two rulings. If it is merely an effect, not the substance itself, not the gas itself, it is just the effect of the gas, then the fast will not break. Then the other side is mentioned, if the substance is itself, meaning it's the gas itself, which has caused one to be unconscious, then it will break the fast if it reaches, the condition is if it reaches the stomach. And if we go down, it is written there that many of the doctors say that the gases, especially when we're talking about anesthetic, the gases which is used during this process, many of the doctors say that the gases reach the brain and the stomach. They cause a state similar to faint, and therefore it invalidates the fast. So those anesthetics which is through gases, then most of the ulama had mentioned that it will break the fast. If we go to the next thing, is regarding injections. So when we're talking about injections, we find that there are two opinions, or the two statements of the scholars regarding injections according to the SHAFI MADHAB. The first one is it absolutely breaks the fast. The second one is it does not break the fast at all. So let's look at the first statement. So the first statement says whether it is the muscle, vein, and under the skin, or the spinal canal, and whether it is for nourishment, strengthening, or increasing the blood volume, numbing the nerves, or treating any illness, then according to this view, the fast will break. Then we go to the second opinion, which it says it does not break at all. This is an injection which is under the arm, or on the upper arm, the thigh, or any way in the body, and does not invalidate the fast, even if the medicine spreads from it to the entire body, even if the taste is found in the tongue. So this statement, or the second statement, is the most strongest. As you see in yellow, it is written there. This is the strongest opinion of the Shafi Madhab. So we have the one which says it breaks, the other one says it doesn't break. So the most strongest opinion according to the Shafi Madhab, the fast will not break if one takes an injection. Then there's the third of this opinion, which some of the scholars said that if it is nourishing, meaning the injection, then it will break. And the others said that if it is not nourishing, then they got two. If it goes into the muscles, it does not break. And if it goes into the veins, it breaks. But the second statement is the most preferred statement, or the strongest opinion of the ulama, whether it nourishes or don't nourish, whether it is in the vein or not in the vein, according to the Shafi Madhab, it does not break the fast. Now coming to the eye drops, where it was in the second category, where we said that there is difference of opinion amongst the ulama. So there's two statements. The accepted view of the madhab, which is the first statement, and that is the accepted view in the school, is that the eye is not an open passage to the stomach, and therefore it does not break the fast with eye drops, even if the taste is felt in the throat. Sometimes we even put surma, and you can find there's some taste which comes in the throat. So according to the most accepted view amongst the Shafi scholars, that the fast does not break. The second statement of the Shafi scholars, which is the contemporary Shafi scholars, have mentioned that the eye does has a passage based on the modern medical science. So the answer to that, it is due to its hidden and small size, it is considered to be part of the pores, and therefore it does not break the fast, or it does not affect the fast. So the most correct view, that eye drops does not break the fast according to the Shafi'i madhab. Then coming to the eardrops. So there's two opinions amongst the Shafi scholars. Regarding the eardrops, this is the most reliable statement, is the first statement where it is mentioned that eardrops, even if they do not reach the brain, it breaks the fast. And this is found in Mughni al-Muhtaj, one of the famous Shafi books. They say that the eardrops, it breaks the fast. Then we got a fatwa regarding someone who had a speck in the ear, and it harmed the person's ear, or water entered into it. It will break the fast and must be made up. And the third point, which is in the first category, or the relied statement, the eye drops break the eardrops break the fast because it is an open passage. So the most reliable regarding the eardrops, we find that the Shafi Mazhab says it breaks. But then we got the statement of Imam Ghazali on the other hand. So it is mentioned by Sheikh Ahmed Shatari in his book on the explanation of the book called Yaqut al-Nafis. He says, I recall an opinion in the Shafi school of thought, contrary to the most correct one, that the fast is not invalidated by water reaching it inside of the ear. This is a strong opinion in terms of it reaching, but in the school of thought, so it is contrary to the relied upon opinion. So basically, as far as eye drops is concerned, the fast does not break. The most authentic statement according to the Shafi regarding the ear drops, it breaks the fast. The next thing is chewing of tobacco or snuff, and as some of our Cockney old ladies use masheri. So according to the Shafi madhab, that if it is mixed with the saliva, then it will break the fast. And this they got this cut, which is some type of plant. If it is used and it is mixed with the saliva, it will still not break the fast. Regarding swimming, the correct view is that if the water reaches the stomach, then it will break the fast. And if nothing reaches the stomach, it will not break the fast. So any swimming done, if the water reaches the stomach, it will break the fast. And if it never reaches the stomach, it will not break the fast. All right, chewing of bubble gum, yes, if it is mixed with the saliva and it is swallowed, meaning what the saliva is swallowed, yes, saliva does not break the fast. But once it's mixed with something, it will break the fast. So in that regard, chewing bubble gum will automatically break the fast because it's very difficult to protect the saliva from going down the throat. The next thing is nitro glycerine, which is a medication which is generally placed under the tongue, especially for those people who are heart patients. They will place a tablet under the tongue. What is the ruling regarding this? So there's two rulings. That the first thing it is mentioned that if some of the particles of that medication is mixed with the saliva, and due to the mixing of the saliva, it goes into the stomach, it will break the fast. But if no particle goes into the saliva, and it will not break the fast. Then lastly is regarding the toothpaste. So the scholars have said it does not break the fast as long as it is as it does not, any of the particles of the toothpaste does not mix with the saliva that it goes into your throat. If it goes in, it will break the fast. So the best is not to use toothpaste, is rather best to use a miswak. The last thing is regarding the particles which is in between the teeth. If any particle is swallowed not intentionally, it will not break the fast, but if it is done intentionally, it will break the fast. So those are those things which break the fast according to the SHAFI MADHAB. The three categories, those things which break the fast, which there's no disagreement amongst the Shafi scholars. We mentioned there was 9. Then we mentioned about those things where there is some disagreement. The first thing was the eardrops. We said the most reliable statement according to Shafi Madhab, it breaks the fast. As far as the eye drops are concerned, it does not break the fast. As far as the injection is concerned, the strongest view according to the Shafi Madhab, it does not break the fast. And then the last group, what we have mentioned was those that invalidates the fast, but there's some detail to it. We mentioned 6 of them. So those are those things which have the ulama of the Shafi Madhab have mentioned regarding those things which break fast. Yes,
Maulana, if it's possible, can I ask a question about the swimming quickly?
Yes.
You're saying it mustn't touch the stomach.
Yes. So sometimes the water reaches to such an extent. So actually what is mentioned here, إذا وصل الماء إلى الجوف, if any water reaches the stomach or it reaches the inside of the ear, so then it will break the fast. So basically it's through the entering through the ear. According to the Shafi Madhab, it will break the fast.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Any of the participants got any questions? Well, I just want to find out the document that you sent through to us. Are we going to share that with the participants or not?
Yeah, you can share it if anyone wants. I've sent Samir by this PDF. I actually never managed to translate everything. I was just doing it just before we started the class. So some of the things are translated. If there's anything which needs to be known, someone can even message.
Inshallah. Okay, if there's no other questions, I'd like to say Jazakallah again to Maulana for making himself available. Appreciate it. And to all the participants as well, Jazakallah for your time. And inshallah, we're coming closer to the month of Ramadan. Start getting more involved in the Nafil Ibadats and your Nafil fast as well. Allah give us strength to see the month of Ramadan with good health and strength. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.